Hello, YouTubians!
What's up, everybody?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Greetings.
However, whenever you're watching this, we appreciate you because you already know time is expensive.
Thank you for logging in, everybody.
And thank you for subscribing, bot or not. But if you're here for the first time, this show is about everything and anything
Creative.
Anything that sparks your creativity in whatever medium you dabble in.
Yes, expressing your creative soul.
And welcome to another episode of Creativity
Unsheath.
I'm Ollie-O-Rey.
I'm Nino.
And yes, we are, brother.
Yes, we are.
And this is the show where we feel.
And we ask, is lying worth the risk?
No one likes a liar, pants on fire.
No.
You know, however, that's what being a double agent is all about. That's what comes in the job description. But,
Be incognito.
Right? But is that really civil?
Wearing a false face.
Right?
Like, can you even trust the person you're lying for?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what their intentions are? Are they good? Are they bad?
Yeah, what's the agenda? You know, it's like, what's in that mission, the job description for them?
Yeah, who are you lying to? Does that person know the person you're lying for?
Yeah.
Just to put you in a trap?
Right.
See if you're worthy enough?
Set you up for failure or set you up for success.
Yeah.
I mean, lying is a double edge.
And, like, even being honest is wrong.
Right?
It's weird.
Like, you want to consider it a white lie, but that white lie, where did that even come from?
It's like playing a dangerous game of telephone. You know what I mean? You try to relay the message. If your story keeps changing, something's wrong. Something's not right.
Right? Always double check your sources, y'all.
Yep.
And this all leads down to trust being expensive.
And dangerous.
And why we're talking about this and what we're looking in today is
Jackie Chan's First Strike. Hell yeah. Action delirium, baby.
Although it's Jackie Chan's first strike, this is Jackie Chan's follow-up to Rumble in the Bronx.
Nice.
Definitely a year after Rumble came out, New Line Cinema wanted to distribute another Jackie Chan film.
Who wouldn't?
Right? He had a big craze on the American big screen, and fans wanted more.
Yes, I did.
So this movie came out like the early years of '96. However, this movie was originally called Police Story 4 First Strike, which completes the final installment of the whole Jackie Chan Police Story franchise, if you will. Shout out to Stanley Tong, who also directed a lot of Jackie Chan's films, and you know, it seemed like that duo in Hong Kong cinema. Right? It's like they know each other well enough that they keep doing work together.
Yeah, like Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg.
Dude, totally. Yeah.
The go-to guys.
Or Adam Sandler and
his crew.
Yeah, it's like that whole, you bring your crew up with you.
Yeah, Trust Circle.
Totes. And definitely shout out to Golden Harvest. They're the production company behind this film.
Hell yeah.
Tag teaming with New Line Cinema and Warner Brothers on the distribution front.
Nice.
And again, which led to Jackie Chan's international follow-up.
Yeah. A quick note, New Line and Golden Harvest released Turtle's first live movie. Same collab, same distributors.
Along with Blade.
Ooh.
The Mask.
Yes.
Right? New Line Cinema is definitely known as that company to double down on independent films.
Yeah.
You know?
Taking a chance.
Right? Letting those small voices be heard.
For sure. Thank God they did.
And those movies were hits.
Yes.
Very much like this film, Jackie Chan's First Strike. We open up in Hong Kong. Jackie Chan, he's reprising his role as Officer Kevin, or we all know him as Jackie.
Yeah.
And he's there with Uncle Bill Wong.
Yeah, in Rumble in the Bronx.
So we open up in Hong Kong. Jackie is getting the 411 and the intel on his mission.
Yeah.
He's working with the CIA as far as tracking down a legal weapons dealer, you know, a war dog, if you will.
Right.
And it starts from following a woman by the name of Natasha. And then this mission leads him to Ukraine. So he continues to discreetly follow her. For her, we see that she has connections to a guy who's suspected to be this weapons dealer, this war dog, who goes by the name of Jackson Sui. And they may have a romantic relationship because when they finally touch down in Ukraine and they meet at this location, you know, they begin to express their affection,
Lock lips,
right? Get passionate, and you just see like there's a lot more to them because you know she came in with money strapped to her, you know, so there's definitely a scheme about to boil over.
Yeah, a little trade, if you will.
Right. Story continues where Jackie ends up at this ski lodge, and hitches a ride on this van where Jackson Sui, who ends up at this destination, He hears Jackie pretending to be a customer and just keeping his eye on Sui because step by step he's contacting his superiors,
Right,
you know,
right.
letting him know his every move. Because that's the mission that he was given,
Right.
you know, by the CIA, Hong Kong police, and just the whole Ukraine strike forces. It's like them working together. Jackie has to report to them with every move.
Yeah, it's kind of fun and kind of dangerous too. Just being a spy, man, just following people around and try to be incognito. Basically a ninja in the daytime.
Yeah, definitely that adrenaline is definitely a high for anybody.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like movies like James Bond or movies like this. You know, it totally inspires someone.
The make believing, you know,
Yeah.
being double agents. It's
Right.
cool.
It gets cool to a certain extent.
Yeah,
but
like
I don't know.
until you get caught, like damn it.
Right, until it becomes a dangerous game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in this film, this game continues where Jackie has to follow
Sui.
where he has to follow Jackson Sui to this lodge.
Yeah.
And right before that, he forgot to get clothes. He forgot that he's going to be in his mountains. He didn't
Yeah.
expect it's going to be that cold.
Yeah, he just hopped in the back, just hiding.
Yeah, and he only ends up with a little seal ski hat, and
Fucking hell.
only one layer, 2 layers just off of that, and really feel bad for him.
Down on top of that, like riding on a snowmobile with the wind coming against you.
Sheesh.
It's like blades cutting your skin.
Man.
What do you think?
Story continues. Jackie ends up at the ski lodge where Jackson has to meet up with the Russian mafia. Right? These members are in ties and with the interest of a nuclear bomb. They want this transaction to, to happen,
Yeah.
at that moment. However, Jackson, his spidey sense alerts him that, nothing feels right about this because he expects the transaction, the money, to go through, right away.
Yeah.
But the arms dealer that he's dealing to says, it's gonna go through in 3 days.
Yeah.
But it's either now or never,
Yeah.
But then within that conversation, trust was thrown out there. Oh,
Yeah.
you don't trust me?
It was about keeping your word.
Because we were talking about someone's life being at stake.
Natasha.
So Jackie's there. He's scoping out this lodge. He informs his superiors because they mistakenly call him at the wrong moment, almost busting him.
Yeah.
As far as giving away his location.
Yeah.
Because the cell phone volume was hella high. But of course he filled them in. He informed them where the location was, and now the CIA and Ukraine militia were on the way.
Yeah.
Story continues. Jackie didn't realize that there was a camera in the field and someone was surveilling. And now the Russian mafia and the cabin were on a high alert, and they're accusing Jackson Sui of double crossing, and it just escalated into a shootout. As Ukraine military were about to raid this cabin, they didn't realize that there was ninjas in the snow.
Yeah.
They had soldiers dressed in white hiding in the snow.
Yeah, hiding under, coming out like Navy SEALs.
Dude, that was crazy.
Yeah, like ninja ghosts.
Right, to the point that it surprised Jackie Chan. It shocked him. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
And he tried to warn them, but it was too late. The shootout was happening. Everyone was starting to invade. The action delirium begins here. Bullets flying everywhere.
Jackie holding onto the briefcase.
Yeah.
Like it was a football.
Right, that briefcase became the MacGuffin that everyone wanted by any means because of what's contained in there, which is the nuclear weapon.
Yeah. The nuclear ingredients.
Because Jackson Sui, a Chinese-American nuclear scientist with CIA links, and, who's suspected of stealing a nuclear warhead, but they don't know the full story as far as his side and why he's doing such thing. And by this action, one of Jackie's superiors is surprised by this interaction because as he was fleeing the lodge, he runs into this CIA agent, except like they knew each other, right?
Yeah.
With that knowing, they both escape together, and then they get Jackie on board. However, as they're invading, Sui knocks the CIA agent over the cliff. I don't know if he survived, but now it's just Sui and Jackie now on this snowmobile, which Jackie is forced to keep going because at this point Jackson wants to survive. And story continues. This chase ends up on Jackie Chan on a snowboard.
Yeah.
I mean, who knew this guy took the time to learn how? It always makes me wonder, was it all him? The way he took the falls, and I feel like this just may be the first time Jackie Chan had a stunt double. Just for the snowboarding bit. It's like Jackie can't do everything, and if they need a scene to look like a certain thing, if someone else can do it, they can do it.
Yeah.
Story continues. Jackson and Jackie, they split up somehow. Jackie Chan ends up with the briefcase. The Russian mafia are after the MacGuffin. However, there is this Ukraine militia helicopter in aid of Jackie Chan.
The right time.
Right? Jackie Chan jumps off the cliff, off the snowboard. His seal hat blows off. He's just hanging for dear life. You know, you see him just reaching for life.
Hanging on.
But you have Ukraine militia shooting off the remaining
henchmen,
as they come down the slope. But they don't realize that this Russian helicopter is right on their tail, and it's like they fire a missile. Shooting down the helicopter that's trying to save Jackie. Jackie notices this missile coming and he took that leap of faith and just falls into the cold waters.
The biggest ice plunge ever.
Man.
Before it became a thing.
Seriously.
Shit.
I wonder if he did some serious meditations just to get his body ready for this, because
he was in there for a minute.
Right? And just because of the hypothermia kicking in at any moment, and it's like, for the love of cinema. It's the great lengths that Jackie Chan is willing to go through.
Kudos. Man, that shit would look cold as hell.
You know, he's doing his best not to be seen, but then he's trying to get out, and the Russian mafia are just teasing him. They're shooting in the water, shooting him, keeping him under. Right? Because they want that briefcase. It's right there in their reach, but they want him out of the picture. However, when Jackie's still under that water, he hides under a dead body of one of the henchmen that fell through over the cliff.
Oh, nice.
Right? Hides under to cover him from the bullets being shot at him. And blood came out from that henchman, convincing the Russian mafia and the helicopter to stop shooting, pretty much. Like, okay, this is the briefcase. Go get it.
Yeah. He let go of the briefcase.
Right. He did what he could. There wasn't much he could do.
Yeah.
Because it was just survival at this point.
Yeah.
He ended up getting out of that water, but I don't know how long they made him stay like that in that particular scene.
Yeah.
But the hypothermia kicking in.
Or I wonder if that
Bear Grylls was on site.
I'm here.
Story continues. The Russian mafia ends up with the MacGuffin. They end up with that briefcase, but it may not be enough for this great scheme, because now we end up in Russia at a military hospital
where he meets Gregor.
Yeah, Colonel Gregor Yegorov. Jackie Chan comes to from his cryo sleep.
Captain Chan. The super cop. Right? Yeah, and he does all the parkour, so it's perfect.
As if he's the super soldier himself.
Right.
So here he is being reheated, being melted down with this heat blanket, if you will.
Yeah.
He comes to and meets Gregor Yegorov, explaining the situation and that he works for the FSB, explaining the situation on how they need to obtain the smuggler, who is Jackson Sui, because of course they're suspecting him as being the war dog.
Yeah, the same guy that was in the cabin.
Who has the love interest with Natasha.
Man, so now that the Russians have Jackie in their disposal, now they're using him
as that pawn
to go do that mission for them.
But that Jackie has that feeling. Can he trust these people to the point where he's like, I'm willing to do this, but I have to contact my superior back in Hong Kong. But they already contacted them. They give Jackie Chan this paper stating so.
Yeah.
Uncle Bill and his superiors back in Hong Kong, you see Jackie in contact with them.
Yeah.
Giving the update that he's here in Australia working with FSB and track down this war dog, Jackson Sui.
Yeah.
So
Uncle Bill was like, well, if it's for real, you better be careful.
Yeah. In the scene, Jackie just flaunting his room as far as what they gave him.
All the accoutrements.
Right.
Yeah.
Just for working with
the FSB.
To the point this room even had a koala. It looked cute.
Yeah. Kind of like being with the label, they give you events and all this stuff. Like they spoil you.
Yeah,
and then you work for us.
Right.
Like how they do scientists. Here, we'll fund your project, get the results we want.
Yeah.
Then after that, we'll dispose of you.
However, Jackie doesn't know that within this package that there's a tracking device. That, the Russian mafia are actually tracking Jackie's every movement.
He's very popular.
Yeah.
They're keeping tabs on Jackie. So as soon as Jackie gets whatever he's on the mission for, they're going to intercept it.
The reason they're in Australia because they have to track down Jackson's sister, Annie Sui, where we end up at this aquarium where she works at. Pretty much this trained scuba diver or deep diver, if you will.
Maybe like a shark tamer, but backwards.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because you see her in the cage just feeding them at the same time throwing on a show for the guests.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Jackie pretending to be Jackson's like best friend or whatever.
Right.
So as Jackie tracks down Annie, now he wants to get close to Uncle Seven because that's the mission as far as why Gregor needs Jackie there in the first place. Tying up loose ends.
Right.
You know, I think once they have this nuclear weapon or whatever,
Right.
or one of the pieces to this nuclear weapon. I don't know how Uncle Seven is part of this as far as for Gregor's agenda.
Yeah, they just want to clean it up.
Story continues. Jackie and Annie, they end up at the hospital where Uncle Seven is, you know, to be there to visit him.
Yeah.
From there, Jackie's deception becomes success, and he reveals who he truly is, and that he needs to talk to Uncle Seven in private.
Yeah.
As far as where is Jackson Sui and the activities that he's involved in. Uncle Seven just puts out that I haven't seen him in so long. But for any father, he always wishes the well-being for any son,
Yeah,
you know.
for the little kid, yeah.
So Jackie has to part ways with Uncle Seven and goes out in shame because now Annie and the younger brother Alan is looking at Jackie as this liar.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you lied just so you can meet my father or for what?
Yeah,
It's
like harassing my family.
right, you know, it's like that whole thing, like, is lying worth it, you know?
What is your gain? What is it that you're going to gain from it?
And look at that karma. He gets hit in the shins with,
Steel-toe boots by Annie.
because Annie was just that pissed.
Hey, it works. Kick the shin, stomp the foot.
Right, it's all part of martial arts. After leaving the hospital, he gave Gregor the 411 because now Gregor is the superior that Jackie's working for.
Yeah.
Who knows what the plans are going to go from here?
Again, who can you trust?
Can Jackie really trust him? But, you know, Jackie's just doing his job.
Yeah.
However, with all this talk about Jackson Sui, they didn't know that he was actually there
He was there in disguise.
as a doctor with blonde hair, and
Yeah.
to the point Jackson brings Annie to the side.
To the stairwell.
Yeah, just hide off, and he has to go explain his situation. He had to be brief. He couldn't be too detailed.
Yeah.
You know, but
Maybe he didn't want to compromise Uncle Seven just knowing he's there. Yeah.
as far as the location, you know,
Yeah, put him in danger. Out of sight, out of mind, right?
Right. Annie's shocked to see him and trying to make sense of all of this because everything is happening so fast all at once. And now we're back at the aquarium because she was told by him, "Did you get my package?"
Yeah.
Right. And that package, which again is going to be a weird MacGuffin in this movie because it's like an oxygen tank, if you will. But he said don't use it, but whatever's in that tank.
Like one of those screw-on containers.
Yeah, but it seemed to be hella dangerous for
Yeah.
people to be fighting over, and there isn't too much detail on what this thing is or what it's for, but this is the MacGuffin, yo.
Yeah, I mean, if it was the actual warhead or nuclear or whatever it was, it would have blew up already.
And for what it was, people wanted it.
I like the way how they painted it bright color to make it distinguishable.
Story continues. Jackie's back at the aquarium as well. He's trying to talk to Annie and get more information, but Annie's already underwater. She's trying to hide the warhead,
Yeah.
or this canister, if you will. And this area is shark ridden because, like we mentioned, she does a show feeding the sharks.
Right,
And Jackie's trying to find her, but then he gets surprised by a shark himself.
Yeah.
Jackie falls in and he's like trying to come to himself and come to realize that he sees a fin coming at him.
Yeah.
He doesn't know if it's a shark. Now he's flustered. He's in panic mode. He's trying to swim as fast as he can out of the water. But come to find out, it's a seal. It's a seal who beat him. He outswam him, and then he's like teasing him. You scared me, you know that? Don't do that.
And then they slapped hands and high five,
Right,
shook
it's like-
hands.
Story continues. Jackie, here he is in the car with this tracker gun given by Gregor.
Nice, nice.
Right? It's like what was it? After Gregor gave him the briefcase, Jackie opened it. They're like, oh wow, now I really feel like 007. So with this tracker, he successfully shoots it on Annie's car.
Yeah.
He's about to follow her to her next destination. However, as he's about to go, singing the song, I will follow you. Here is Jackson holding him at gunpoint, telling him to continue singing because it's that distraction from the Russian mafia overhearing.
Yeah.
You know, because Gregor is right there.
Yes.
You know, listening to every word. But they assume that he's following Annie. But no. Jackie is undressing at the moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
While he's singing, stripping down layer by layer to the point where he was wearing the koala underwear.
Because it's very popular.
In Australia, you gotta have it.
You must be popular.
He strips down bare naked. He's embarrassed.
Tourists taking pictures. The ladies love him.
He works out.
Yes.
Ladies love it.
He was pretty ripped.
And to Jackson's assumption, he was correct. There was a tracer or a bug on one of Jackie's clothes, and he ripped it out, and the feed went out.
That'd be great if it was in the koala underwear, like in the head, like put it there, right?
Or something, but he took it out.
Must be popular. Nice.
Gregor and the crew are flustered. They're in panic. They go to the location. They try to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
But come to find out, Jackie and Jackson are nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Because Jackson and Jackie end up at a bench at some pond. Jackson gives him the 411.
Yeah.
Like, Gregor is not who he says he is.
Yeah.
And that you need to cut ties with him now, tell the superiors what happened, and, all of this will be fixed. And Jackie takes that to heart, where he begins to feel like he may be a pawn in a greater scheme.
Yeah.
So he does so. He tells Gregor and the mafia that I'm no longer working for you. I'm going back to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
I know what you guys are really for. I know what you want. I'm not for this.
So they intercept him at his hotel.
Right. Jackie, he's about to leave. He says bye to his koala.
Oh.
But someone's at the door, right? He
Yeah.
enters it, and here is Nathan Jones.
Nice. Man, pretty tall guy.
Right? The actor who played
DK.
in The Protector.
Protector. Starring Tony Jaa.
Right. And who was also in Fearless.
Fearless. As well as many other movies like Hobbs and Shaw.
And Troy. It's
Troy.
like, this guy has a career all thanks to this movie. This movie is being his film debut, and this guy, he set the tone for what a big hulking henchman should look like.
Right, and he said he had a slight wrestling career.
It only lasted like maybe 2003 to 2004 due to, like, of course, injuries, and it kind of held him back. But he almost had a shot because there was a story arc where he was a supposed Undertaker apprentice.
Ooh, I wonder what his character would be.
Yeah, it seemed like his costume was just like a generic wrestler, just had pants and just a bare body. So it would have been cool to see.
Call it the Grave Digger or some shit.
And then Nathan definitely fits the description as, again, being that hulking henchman.
Yeah.
And whatever reason, they could have, killed him right there and there. But them being the hulking jerks that they are, they want to play around with them a little bit. But Jackie can't do anything against him. He tries kicking him, punching him. It doesn't faze him.
Yeah.
But when worse comes to worse,
you bite. But that's good though. Like I said, martial arts is not a knockout art.
No.
It's you break it down.
Right? It's a flurry of combinations that martial arts provides.
Yeah.
And there are death-blowing maneuvers. However, if it doesn't fade a certain person, such as henchman number 5, or I don't know which henchman number Nathan plays, but it's like, if you had to bite, you bite. If Bruce Lee did it in Fist of Fury, he was in that armbar.
Armbar lock by Bob Wall or her.
Yeah, Bob Wall.
Yeah.
Right? And he bit his ankle, bit his leg, or whatever. So again, it's like, if you have to bite. And Jackie obviously couldn't do his martial arts, so we get a full-on parkour demonstration from him. You see that if you have to run.
Yeah.
Use your environment. The environment is your friend. You got to do what you got to do to survive.
Yes.
Very much like he did in Rumble.
Yeah.
Or all of his movies. You just see that he has the acrobatics and
really keeping his distance from the opponents.
Really making it difficult. And what did Nathan say? Or what did he say about Jackie in this movie?
Oh, he moves like a monkey.
Right?
Yeah, another thing, like, you don't always have to hit in martial arts.
Yeah.
Right? Tai Chi, you don't always have to hit. You just get away.
Yeah. He's just that monkey that's moving too fast. So, hence his drunken monkey face.
Yeah. I like he's able to scale those walls.
Yeah, dude. The forefather of parkour.
Yeah. No wires.
A lot of parkour artists will say Jackie Chan is a forefather.
Yes.
Of parkour. So,
yes.
Rumble
in the Bronx, it's got to be one of them.
Yeah. Just showing that the urban environment.
The urban environment. Yep. Totally.
And speaking of environment, the ledge that Jackie was on, I'm like, that's not green screen.
Yeah.
If it was, comment below, but that just looked like one mistake to the death. You know what I mean?
No wires. No wires.
I don't know how they got that shot, but man, again, for the love of cinema.
Yeah, for the love of Jackie Chan, man. That's the guy. Whew.
Man. Oh, and this chasing had a total Looney Tune moment. Jackie Chan ended up at this dead end. He didn't know where to go for a moment.
Oh yeah.
So he ended up under.
Under the umbrella.
Yeah.
Under like a table umbrella.
Right.
There
like,
you go.
That was used for shade or something.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So he hides under there, but it didn't fool the henchmen. So they open it and look, there he is hiding. They go in there. They start beating it up. Totally Looney Tunes, right?
You're just missing the smoke.
The smoke, the stars,
The sound effects.
right? Totally Buster Keaton, Jackie pop out like a cartoon. And it's like the demonstration in this movie alone just really shows the Buster Keaton element that Jackie Chan provides in martial arts or in martial art films and Hong Kong cinema. Like he just adds that comedy relief.
Yeah, and then that cool part where he scaled the pool like a ninja, where he stepped on the floaty. Yeah,
That talk about
that's parkour mixed with martial arts. Like you really have to be light on your feet.
seriously, dude. I wonder how many takes. I don't know.
Imagine if he missed it, then his whole face hit the edge of the pool,
man.
or however he gets it. It's not good.
That's why he's Jackie Chan, man.
Thank God at the end of the credits they didn't show double takes of that. Like it's just one take compared to the other ones. Like they showed it twice.
Yeah.
His mess ups.
Maybe there was no mess up. That's why it's
that
like
one take.
Seriously,
Oh, that's it. No more. Cut.
seriously, man.
That was like the money shot for him.
Seriously, like one and done. That's it.
Yeah. They probably had to distance the floaty as well. He moved like a monkey.
Story continues. He evades the henchman, pretends to be a window cleaner. He goes into a neighboring suite, if you will.
Yeah.
Again, pretending to be a window cleaner, pretending to be a dry cleaner. Jackie successfully evades and he survives.
Survived with a nice jacket.
An awesome North Face getup.
Yeah, black and yellow North Face.
A shout out to Bruce Lee, Game of Death.
Yes.
Story continues. Just because he didn't want to work for the Russian mafia no more, they go ahead and frame Jackie for Uncle Seven's death by tampering with surveillance footage, places Jackie at the scene of the crime.
Ooh. Yeah, see, so who can you trust again?
Right? It could have been Gregor, just because they had the same haircut.
Yeah.
You know?
Or took different footage of Jackie at a certain place and just played it over.
Some sort of version of deep faking.
Yeah, they did like a fake news, yeah.
Right. Now he's a wanted man and now he's looking to clear his name.
Yeah.
Story continues. He ends up at this memorial hall where now they're planning for Uncle Seven's funeral.
That was fast.
Yeah. Jackie's there. He's trying to clear his name, but Annie's crying. She doesn't want to hear it. Here is Alan Sui, who is also one of the henchmen in Rumble the Bronx.
Nice.
He was one of the street gang members.
Same hair. Kept his hair.
Right.
Continuity.
Alan and the bodyguards, they weren't hearing it. They were tired of seeing young Annie crying.
Yeah.
They start beating up Jackie.
Being the big brother that he is.
But Jackie doesn't want to fight. You see him during the gestures, I don't want to fight.
Yeah.
But he has to survive.
Yeah, he's telling you, I didn't kill him. Yeah.
So there's this big fight that's going down.
Yeah.
And man, this is an awesome fight.
Yes.
The action delirium continues here.
Yeah. Let the breath holding continue.
Seriously, dude. Like, the exchange that he was having with the three bodyguards really had a theatrical visual to it. You mentioned it when they threw up the paper in the air,
Yeah,
right?
but like it was confetti. Everything looked slow motion, but Jackie was moving full speed. Kind of like the opposite effect.
It just has that whole symbolism of what martial arts is.
Yeah.
The metaphor or the philosophy behind martial arts.
Yeah.
Like flowing like water, being fast.
Like those opera house theaters.
Totes.
The ribbons, the confetti.
Mm-hmm. Jackie being part of theater, he probably suggested such theme. He gets to demonstrate a little bit more parkour. Kind of just shows what like Nightwing, Robin can do, from DC Comics. They use the environment around them. They're jumping over things. They're, just the basic maneuvers.
Jackie did not do any flips in this film.
No.
But not as much as Rumble, but barely in that either.
Maybe that was in his Drunken Monkey days.
Right.
He just demonstrates the elusiveness and again separating yourself from the opponent.
Yeah. For sure, keeping your distance.
Right. And the energy goes upstairs, and this fight scene again, like you mentioned with the dragon heads. You see him, using it
like a shield almost.
Yeah, because he's trying to fight off the bow staffs. Because the bodyguards ended up with bow staffs.
Like real weapons.
Yeah.
They had real weapons.
And Jackie had to do what he could.
Yeah, the way he was moving the dragon head, lion heads, as if he did that growing up.
Oh. Totally, dude.
Right. On top of his, of course, martial arts. Look like a natural.
Yeah, dude.
And I don't know how heavy those lion heads are, but then the way Jackie was throwing them off the crates one by one with one hand was like effortless. Like
but he ends up finding a broomstick, push a broom, if you will.
Yeah.
It's just as effective. The cool exchanges and
Nice stick work.
yeah, dude, like
The things they would perform at like festivals, tournaments.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? The beauty of martial arts.
right. And this fight scene transitions to Jackie having to use a ladder.
Yeah.
Like Jackie is just dancing with this ladder. Him just fighting with this ladder just really demonstrates use anything around you, right?
Dude, and that ladder has to be at least 40 pounds, 40, 50 pounds. And he's swinging it and carrying it. Going through it, man. This guy's got it, man.
It has that weight to it,
Yeah,
you
for
still
sure.
you still gotta swing it around, and
Yeah.
like Jackie to have that core muscle work to do it and to fight with it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
choreographed, but it was really fun to look at.
Yeah.
It was
really fluid with it. Like he was dancing with it.
Yeah.
He was dancing with the ladder.
threw in his Buster Keaton aspect with it, jumping through it, hiding under it,
Putting it over the people.
right, and having the ladder close on his fingers.
Yeah.
Like, he's really showing that Buster Keaton comedy.
Yeah.
And again, for the 90s, this movie really put Jackie Chan on a different pedestal compared to the other action stars, martial arts movies that was going on.
For sure. A couple more years from this, he does Rush Hour 1. Late 90s with Chris Tucker, right?
Yeah.
So it's like they're really finding to see Jackie Chan as a star. Like this guy, okay, let's bring him.
Although his English not be up to par, but the action that he provides,
Yeah.
it's like you can get away with certain dialogue, with him, but of course you're just gonna cash in on his action.
Hell yeah. It's like Jackie, this Rush Hours is Enter the Dragon, the big box office American international film.
Co-starring,
Co-starring.
right, with a black actor,
Yeah.
Chris Tucker, right?
Chris
It's
Tucker.
like again with like Bruce Lee and Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly, you got John Saxon.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. Good for Jackie.
However, it's not so great for Jackie as this story continues. Here comes more bodyguards with more bow staffs.
Nice.
Jackie's just tired.
He's just tired.
He gives up. He flips the ladder behind him, sits on it, throws his hands up.
Yeah, I'm done running hoops. I'm done for today, guys. That's 5 games already. Fuck.
Alan Sui is about to apprehend him, but just in time, here is Jackson Sui.
Alan's brother.
Right? An older brother says, "Stop, Alan. He didn't kill our father."
I had not watched Rebel in the Bronx yet. Don't kill him yet.
He has to sign my copy. And then Jackie looks at him. See? Listen to him. I told you.
I made you a copy.
I told you.
It's very popular.
You're in it, remember?
It's popular. Your hair is very popular.
Alan lets go of Jackie. Jackie's about to make his way to Jackson. The ladder falls and startles the bodyguards.
They all flinch.
Thinking the fight's gonna continue. But Jackie's like, "Why are you guys flinching?
He just walks away like, nah, you don't want no more. You don't want no more.
You don't want none of this."
I talk to your brother now.
Story continues. Jackson gives Jackie the full 111. He gives him the full lowdown on why all of this is unfolding.
Yeah.
He gives his piece on why he's double-crossing the CIA.
Yeah.
He explains his love interest with Natasha and that Gregor intervenes on that love interest, and in exchange for Natasha's life, he has to work for Gregor, double-crossing the CIA for the nuclear warhead. If he didn't do that, they will both be dead.
Yeah.
And, of course, what's the obvious no-brainer that Jackson has to do?
Yeah, of course.
Which explains where we are. Jackie's not trying to put him down, but gave him the whole guilt trip as far as sacrificing his father's life, Uncle Seven, for all of this.
Yeah.
But Jackson didn't know. He didn't know the risk of all of this lying,
Yeah, see?
And more risk being that Annie being there at the door, overhearing it all.
Yeah.
Overhearing this story, not wanting to forgive Jackson for this. She said, "You killed father all over for money."
What kind of honor is that? Again, no honor, man.
And right there at that moment, that fueled Jackson. He said, "You let the superiors know the update. We're going to get Gregor for this. We're going to have a plan."
Nice.
Right before that happens, he gives his piece to Annie, and he gives his side, letting her hear it from his own voice. But again, Jackson being her older brother, she has to understand. It's like she knows the job description that he signed up for. And this whole spy game, it's not fun to a certain extent of such situation that got unfolded, Yeah, their father died. However, he was already on that path, but to understand the way he went, it wasn't peaceful.
Yeah, yeah.
So the heartache is really unbearable. And again, which only motivates Jackson Sui to get his revenge on Gregor. So story continues. Now we're at Uncle Seven's funeral, where it's like a parade or a celebration of life, if you will.
Yeah.
Just because of his stature, I guess, within the triad, you know, the
Community.
Yeah.
We look at him like a philanthropist.
Right. And this final scene gets a little complex, if you will, because Annie gets kidnapped. You know, Gregor hires his henchmen to kidnap her as
ransom.
As ransom, so Jackson Sui can give up the nuclear weapon, if you will.
Canister.
Whatever it is, you know, Gregor wants it. You know, and if it comes down to his sister Annie, then, you know, Gregor's willing to do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Here's Jackson coming out of Uncle Seven's casket as a surprise for Gregor.
Yeah.
You know, Jackson pulls out a gun. Right then and there, he's gonna get his revenge for his father's death.
Right.
However,
one of the snipers.
Right, they shoot the gun out of his hand.
Yeah.
There are snipers on the roof.
Yeah.
That Gregor has backup or protection himself.
Right.
Right.
Shit.
Jackson's hurt, but then here's Jackie in disguise, on stilts.
Yeah.
Holding umbrellas along with others.
Right.
To blind the view of the snipers, they all open up
Their
the umbrellas.
Yeah.
And surprises Gregor, and he's unsure what to do, but now it comes to that crossroads for him and Jackson to cross as far as what decision they're going to make.
Yeah.
Because Gregor points to one of his henchmen having Annie.
Yeah.
Jackie goes off and saves her.
Yeah.
He successfully does so with those swift kick with the
Yeah.
stilts on. Like, man, not once, but he kicks him twice.
Imagine like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar doing taekwondo kicks.
Seriously, dude. And I don't know how he did not hit Annie, but man, good control. Annie runs off to Jackson, telling him she's okay. Gregor is surprised, but his henchmen, they're already on it.
Yeah.
A big shootout goes down. Chaos erupts.
Yeah.
Right, erupts in downtown Chinatown. What was supposed to be a peaceful celebration, and it just became chaos.
Yeah.
You know, there's gunshots flying all over the place. Jackie and Annie are trying to run off to safety. Jackson's having a shootout himself, but he gets blown out of the picture. Literally.
Yeah. Behind him.
Yeah, man.
But he lived, yeah.
Right, he lives with some injuries, and you just see him getting carted off in the ambulance.
Nice.
Amongst all of that, you know, Jackie and Annie were just within the mall, just trying to evade.
SUV.
Yeah, so they're trying to evade that while on the stilts, you know, saving Annie, placing her on top of an elevator, you know, trying to get her to safety. Jackie Chan gets run down, but, you know, successfully Jackie was okay. He was able to get to Annie. However, the security at the mall, they recognized Jackie as the suspect for killing Uncle Seven.
Yeah.
They tried to notify police,
Yeah.
you know, or the proper authorities about this whole situation, because why is there a girl on the elevator?
Yeah.
But Jackie, to his knowledge, there's no time for this. So he pushes them into an elevator right on time as it opens, gives time for Jackie and Annie to leave the mall, where they had to go back to the aquarium to retrieve the oxygen tank and to get it to the proper authorities so they can nail Gregor for his terrorist crimes.
Yeah.
Story continues. We're at the aquarium. Annie's underwater about to retrieve it. He's gonna call his high superiors back in Hong Kong and let Uncle Bill know what's up. And then Uncle Bill's on it. He's gonna have authorities go to Jackie's location and get all this resolved into finally nailing Gregor.
Yeah.
After that phone call, here's Jackie making his way back to Annie. However, here is one of Gregor's henchmen.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he was sent in by Gregor to go locate Jackie and just to wait further instructions. However, with their paths crossing, they end up fighting. You really get to see the size difference and the amount of work that Jackie has to do in order to take this guy down.
Yeah.
But he didn't know that these creatures were going to aid him on taking down this giant.
For real.
You know, as they were fighting, he fell into one of those water containers which held like squid, octopus,
sea urchin,
yes,
blowfishes,
poisonous type sea urchins. He was able to throw the octopus on him
on
and
his face.
right, able to sneak in a combination in there, and then this giant falls in, right? But not knowing what's in it, blowfish, if you will. He's trying to play it off like he's this big, strong guy, but the toxins, it's kicking in.
Yeah, he's reacting to it. Jackie Chan, like, what's wrong with this guy?
He's not popular.
He's not popular no more. What happened?
The giant falls, and you just see his back is just ridden with all of this.
Blowfish, like 10 on his back,
Yeah.
really messing up his nervous system.
Right, he's just twitching out of control. But then Jackie realizes he has to get the same things off of his leg before it creates even more damage.
Yeah, he took one to the thigh.
However, here's Gregor and the henchman. They're right on Jackie's tail. They find the injured henchman, trying to figure out where's Jackie. But he can't talk right, you know? He's like, like just pointing randomly. Which they end up finding Jackie's near the waters, you know? He's about to jump in. He's about to evade him, but they grab his air supply and they go in after him. And you have like 3 or 4 henchmen underwater
Fighting
and
him.
just while at the same time trying to get their oxygen tank to refuel on that air, you know what I mean?
Yeah, at the same time trying to retrieve the tank.
That Annie went to go get, but then here's this henchman, you know, just on their tail, wanting that same MacGuffin.
Yeah.
This fight scene, man, I feel like this is what sets this movie so much apart from all the action movies that came out prior and during this time of 96. It's like it was creatively out of the box. Like they were able to show a fight scene that's not your typical,
In a different environment.
right? And you're able to accept this foreign actor as an action star.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're able to accept him for his work.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure. In his own right, you know. Jackie's been through a lot. He's done a lot.
Yeah.
And for someone who doesn't have a stunt double,
Yeah.
you know, he endured a lot.
Especially interactions with sharks. Of course, you get to see the mechanical ones. However, there were real small ones, but maybe not as dangerous as more bigger great whites.
Yeah, with bigger teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This fight continues. Jackie gets more air with the help of Annie. He's fighting off the henchmen. However, here's Gregor and another fellow henchman. They want the situation handled and done fast, so they want Jackie out of that water. They want that oxygen tank. Gregor and his henchmen, they get to higher ground. Gregor is given a shotgun, and he shoots at the water tank. You know, the water comes spewing out. Here comes Jackie,
Damn,
right? Here
out.
comes Annie, and then here comes the shark. It's terrorizing the guests. They're trying to get to higher ground. They're trying to avoid the waters.
Even Jackie.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Annie's out of the water. However, the henchmen, they retrieve her right away.
Yeah, the apprehender.
Right?
Yeah.
They apprehend the oxygen tank. You know, they got their MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Jackie sees that. He tries to go save Annie. And however,
He has to save the family.
right, he
Yeah.
sees innocent bystanders being terrorized by a shark.
What a hero.
Right? As he deters the shark, he saves the family, tells them to get to safer grounds. After that goes down, now he has to go through an obstacle of shooting water, you
Yeah.
know, because Gregor shot
Those windows.
small glass windows, and what came out was high-pressured water, and
Like a fire hose.
Jackie had to outmaneuver that.
Yeah, he was taking those pressure too. I think he was doing that for fun. Like,
And, hey, man, to the point, it took off a layer of one of his clothing.
Yeah, man.
Story continues. Now we're heading to the docks. Supposedly Gregor has a boat ready for them and their escape. They have Annie as a hostage. They got their MacGuffin, but Jackie's right under tail. You know, he's trying to figure out how to save Annie. The boat is ready in full stride, but it's still within the reach for Jackie. He just has to figure out a way.
Oh yeah.
Quick thinking, he sees a car on display.
Yeah.
You know, quick thinking, he jumps in, and the same display the car is on, he uses it as a ramp. You know,
Oh,
a jumping
yeah.
ramp just to help him reach this boat on time.
Yeah. Catapult him onto the boat.
Definitely some dude perfect stuff. And Jackie successfully reaches onto the boat and he gets out of harm's way. But fortunately, Gregor is trapped. He's just pinned down and he wasn't going to get away from that. And Jackie apprehends the stolen MacGuffin.
Yeah.
He saves the day. And then here is the whole CIA,
Uncle Bill.
right? Ukraine militia,
Yeah. Jackie throws his hands up,
Right.
saying, "It's me, it's me."
right?
Got it.
Right, apprehending Gregor, and we are now at the Russian submarine
Yeah.
where Gregor is being apprehended along with Jackson Sui.
Yeah.
Granted, his ties with the CIA and his double agenting, Russia has to figure out his discipline.
Yeah.
And then here's Jackie being congratulated by the Russian military and Ukraine military for his job well done.
So Jackson did go down too as well.
Yeah, but with Gregor there, his penalty should be
Lighter.
yeah.
Because he's the one that double crossed him. and
Yeah,
shit.
so Jackson should have a lighter penalty,
Yeah.
you know. But for Jackie, job well done. Now, I want the report from the very beginning. Huh?
And then end credits.
End credits, just like for every Jackie Chan movie, you get the behind the scenes, the outtakes,
Yeah, the best part.
the hard work
Yeah.
that goes into making a Jackie Chan film.
Yes.
The bumps, the bruises,
Yes.
the many retakes, and again, for the love of cinema.
The stuff that you don't post on Instagram. Everyone wants to post the good stuff.
Right? They want the final end product, but no. In this final end product, you get the behind the scenes as well.
You get all of Jackie.
And beginning of this episode, I brought up that this movie may be one of the first that he gets a stunt double, because you do see someone in the same outfit during the snowboarding scenes, and you just see someone being carted off, and he has the same costume as Jackie. Again, this may be the first film that Jackie may have an actual double.
For sure.
Everyone knows that he does his own stunts,
Yeah.
but to what extent?
He doesn't know how to snowboard.
Right?
He doesn't, I can't do skateboarding like children.
So yeah, y'all, Jackie Chan's first strike.
Or Police Force.
Police Story 4. Definitely this international follow-up to Jackie Chan's career as far as for the US audience. But it just showed the time of Jackie Chan. He pushed that pedestal to a higher level. Like we said for Rumble in the Bronx, it made us a Jackie Chan fan.
Yeah.
Granted that he doesn't do like pure martial arts all the way through like some martial artists would. For example, Bruce Lee or like a Donnie Yen or a Tony Jaa. But what Jackie provides is both environmental and physical. You know, he's using martial arts and the environment around him or objects.
Yes.
This movie shows exactly both those things, and it showed them why, again, that he's that action star.
He's able to express his art with anything around him.
This film was definitely action-packed. The action delirium was all over this film. Again, like my second introduction to Jackie Chan, and as a 6-year-old, 7-year-old kid seeing this, I was in awe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to the point where I told you, as a little kid, oh, he's better than Bruce Lee, man. He's better. You paid no mind, because you already knew what Bruce Lee was all about.
Yeah.
But for me as a young kid, as a popcorn movie fan, that's what Jackie Chan provided. Entertainment. You know,
for sure. You come out feeling different when you watch Jackie Chan movies.
Yeah. Compared to martial arts movies now, you feel inspired, you feel confident, on top of feeling informed with the added history of Hong Kong, or any sort of history, that they want to throw in these action films. And Jackie just set that bar for filmmaking, for action cinema, for stunts. He just puts Fall Guy to a new pedestal, to the point people being inspired by this, adding it in their own films.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of cool how he's the forefather of parkour.
Yep.
And you see a lot of that.
So yeah, y'all, if we were going to rate this movie, I give it a 4 out of 5. For the action, the story, pretty basic. Felt like something you would see in a James Bond film.
Yeah.
Even Jackie said it himself. Now I feel like 007, So the whole espionage, double agenting, and it's not my cup of tea as far as story interests. But the action, it's well worth it. You can rewatch it and still be entertained.
Yeah.
You definitely hold your breath for these action scenes, and I feel like you just won't be disappointed if you know what to expect from a Jackie Chan film.
4.5 out of 5. Definitely good follow-up to Rumble. It's definitely like a James Bond 007, but the fact that it didn't drag a lot of talk. They only talked when they needed to talk. For the viewer.
Yeah.
To get the information, to see where everyone's coming from.
I mean, they could have elaborated on Natasha.
Yeah.
Or Annie.
You're right, exactly.
Right? But
they didn't.
No, they let the story tell itself.
Yeah, for sure. And how Sui, was talking about Natasha. That was good enough.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't have to see them being that. And for Jackie, him not having a love interest really, it's just cool, perfect. It didn't drag. The action was well balanced. Everything was pretty clear. Jackie all the way, doesn't disappoint. He always brings it.
I have to bring up the MacGuffins. There were a lot of MacGuffins as far as for a reason for them to fight.
Yeah.
The oxygen tank,
Briefcase.
the briefcase.
Annie, kind of, some way.
Yeah, MacGuffin for sure. And then Jackie himself in his hotel room.
Yeah.
They were sent to get him or kill him or whatever it may be. But it's like these MacGuffins are good story techniques on how to move a movie forward.
Yeah.
You don't need lengthy characterizations. You don't need unnecessary juxtapositions on certain topics.
Yeah.
Like you brought up the femme fatales. Like you don't need a lot of elaborations on certain themes.
Exactly.
You don't need a lot of hand holding on as far as explaining certain themes. It's like if you know what you're watching and if you know what they're talking about with the given information, like such movie of Jackie Chan's First Strike, it's enough. You know, it's like, yeah, granted, it's CIA, government talk, espionage. Again, if you're a fan of those movies, you know what to expect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Just them saying, like, Annie is Jackson's sister. That's good enough. Like, you didn't need to go into her background. Like, just the fact that she's part of it. That's it.
Small tidbits like that and MacGuffin's storytelling technique is highly recommendable for any film.
Yeah.
For any kind of story, not just for an action film, but you can use it for a horror, drama, any genre. You got to give characters a why.
Yeah.
You know, a purpose to move forward.
For sure.
And something to consider if you guys are storytellers, writers, directors, stunt coordinators, martial arts coordinators, whatever it may be. Like, there's storytelling in everything.
Right? Like, you gotta count the routine. You gotta count the beats.
Gotta practice.
Timing, focus, and timing.
Yep. Flow state, y'all.
Fluid.
Flow state. So yeah, that was Jackie Chan's First Strike.
First Strike, y'all.
So again, we can't emphasize enough on how great this film is and how much of Jackie Chan fans we are. This being his international follow-up hit, you won't be denied great action when you watch this film. Well, whatever bin you guys find it in, if you like physical media, hopefully you get to absorb all of the awesome special features that's on it. But if you don't like clutter in your home, hey, by all means, stream it on whatever platform it's on.
Yeah. Get it and watch it, y'all.
Jackie Chan's
First Strike. Hell yeah.
And if you reach this part of the video, we highly appreciate you because we already know time is expensive.
Yes, yes.
But we love you for spending this time with us. You could have spent that data on another awesome video or something awesome on whatever streaming platform that you love. But we just love you for spending that time with us.
Thank you, thank you.
If you're here for the first time, definitely like, subscribe, share, comment what you want us to look into next.
Yes, yes.
If you're a returnee, continue to spread that love, share what you watched today, let people know what the brothers Nino and Oliver doing here on Creativity Unsheathed.
Hell yeah.
Because we got more awesome comics, movies, music reviews on the way, including our own creations to share with the world.
Lots of goodies, y'all.
So definitely stay tuned for all of that, subscribe, and be on the lookout.
Because we're coming at you.
Right? Physical follow, avatar follow, whatever floats your boat, however you want to do it. Follow us on this journey.
Yes, sir.
And now we like to end this episode with a motivational quote for y'all. But if you heard this before, by all means, just let this be a self-reflection of where we are today.
In the present, this very second.
And this one is by Lao Tzu. And it states, "Great sound is silent. Great form is shapeless. The Tao is hidden and nameless. Yet it alone knows how to render help and to fulfill." End quote.
Nice.
Definitely fitting for Jackie in this film. He wasn't very outspoken. He's not a very loud character. His silent actions let it speak for itself. You know, when he has to get a job done, whatever the mission requires, he's gonna do it swiftly, quietly, and the best Jackie Chan way that he can do it.
Yes. He'll execute it in any way he can.
And as far as the meaning of the Tao, like, you know, if you want to call it the Force, or if you want to call it Chi, or if you want to call it God's power, faith, or whatever it may be, but definitely something spiritual. You know, it's definitely something that we all can't see with our own eyes, and it's something otherworldly. And he doesn't demonstrate meditation or anything, but that's what's part of martial arts. That's what's part of living, being, trying to sort out all of this negative and positive things that's coming our way on a daily, every second, every thought that we're encountered with. And it's like, for example, of Jackie, everything that he's encountered with, he's able to find a way around it. He was able to find a way to accomplish it.
Yeah, find a solution. Like a martial artist, you don't talk about your martial arts. You don't show it off. You don't brag about it. You only use it when you need to. But like a superhero, he doesn't need adulations. He doesn't need accolades. He just does the job. Helps others. Helps those around him.
Yeah.
Provides value and service.
Yeah.
Which is Jackie Chan's art, his movies. his action.
Yeah. In this film, he was given lavish things, but it was things to clothe himself with.
Yeah.
And to continue on with his job, right, or his mission.
Granted, that said, look what he's given, but look what he already had.
As if like using the gifts that the universe gave him, and to use that vessel to solve this problem, to save the world. You know what I mean? Because who knows what this nuclear bomb could have done? Because the power of this nuclear thing is equivalent to the chi. Some martial artists or spiritualists, you know, who practice that Tao and the inner power, that chi again. It's like
if you don't know how to tame it, it can take over you and ruin you.
Exactly.
Self-destruct, right?
Right. Like full circle. How in Uncle Bill's office, he has a little message on his corkboard. It says, "Don't get mad." You know.
In this movie, like the world, it was up to Jackie Chan.
Seriously, dude. The Asian James Bond. Double O Chan.
Double O Chan. Hell yeah.
Definitely watch this movie for yourselves, y'all. Be entertained. We can't emphasize enough how great this film is. But let that quote, let Jackie's example be an inspiration and self-reflection for you and this present moment. You know what I mean?
Who we can be.
We may not have all the skills like Jackie, or we may not have certain skills that others may have, but what the universe gave you is what the universe gave you. And you need to hone on that special gift, and you know, you just gotta let the world know it in whatever shape, form, or medium that you dabble in. But all of this is just inspiration and a way for us to self-reflect on where we are today.
In the present.
Because it's that time where we're going to say, stay creative, keep creating.
Stay independent, have your own style.
Do your best as a martial artist to stay motivated and to keep on going.
Yes, stay positive, kill the negativity, y'all, and be kind to everyone around you.
Till next time, y'all.
Till next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Why can't you get him? He moves like a monkey.
Oh, you must be popular.